に
Knee. This
Knee.
one. I know this is way harder than an AP test. Like, you know what? This is harder than the DMV test, which is obviously harder. Okay, after this test, I'm going to... Aka, red. I'm going to tell you guys a very embarrassing secret.
4
Oh no, it's not that I failed, honey. It's how many times I failed my permit. No, how many times I failed my permit test and my driving test. No, not 18, not that much. Okay. I failed my permit test like 7 times. 'Cause like, it would always be that there would always be like 2 answers. 'Cause if you've taken the DMV test, you know that it's like, okay, maybe if you're like smart or something, you wouldn't think so. But for me, the DMV tests were like, it's like there was like trick questions, or there would be 2 answers that I wasn't sure what the answer was for, and I would always end up picking the wrong one. I just failed once only because I didn't read the instructions. Well, I am very, very scared. But yeah, it took me 7 tries, and usually it was like the first couple times, like I missed a lot. I missed a lot. Like the first couple times was like, no, I'm stupid and I don't read. The last couple times was like, I would always miss it by 1. And it was always because like I would second guess the answer. And then when I finally passed, it would literally be by 1. Now, I'm gonna just do this one. And then y'all can guess how many times it took me to pass my driving test. 12, 10, I'm not that bad, you guys. 21. Yo, I don't even think they would let you take I don't even think they'd let you take the test 21 times. I'm pretty sure after like 15, the DMV would be like, you know what? I think you've had enough. I'm pretty sure they'd be like, you know what? No, you're good. You're good. You don't gotta drive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a limit on how, I think, is it per location? I have no idea. I failed my driving test 6 times. 3 of the tests that I failed was because I couldn't parallel park. Well, no, it was because I couldn't drive in a straight line correctly. Like, I would just be slightly going, leaning a little, and then the lady would be like, failed. And then my mother was so furious at me that I couldn't pass my driving test that she was just like, you know what? We're gonna drive to a location that I know is an hour farther, that I've heard is a little easier on the test taking. And then I went there, and then I failed 2 more times. One of them was also because of the parallel parking. And then one of the times was because I was driving in an area, to my defense, it was in an area I did not know. I was driving, and there was like a semi truck, and I was like, I get really nervous and I get really scared because like, you know, you've seen the horror movies, you've seen the news, how like, you know, sometimes they could like tip over. And so I'm always scared to drive near semis. Like, I'm always either too slow or I try to speed past them if I could, because I'm scared of like a semi falling on me or tipping over on me. We finished the test, and the woman told me I didn't pass. And I was like, why? And the first thing she said was, a semi-truck went faster than you. Like, she legit said a semi-truck went faster than you, and that was why I failed. And then, eventually, and I remember my grandpa, like, then had to drive me to, like, another location. Like, that's, like, farther, because they kept trying to, like, find different locations for me, so I could just pass the damn test. And my grandpa, he took me to a location that was like, like an hour and a half away. And then I finally took it. And then I finally passed. And he was like, I was praying, honey. I was praying, please let her pass. Just please let her pass her driving test. And then I finally passed. I finally passed my driving test. It was a nightmare and a half.
やだやだやだやだやだ